As we head into SULSA and ASHIP, this is actually still a critically important game for both teams. If SULSA wins in this group, we're in Group 15, they essentially guarantee themselves a spot in the next weekend. If they lose this game, they are in danger of missing out, and it's more at the mercy of the other teams in the bracket in their group, which all have to play. Obviously, still playing this round. ASHIP desperately needs this win if they want to see next weekend.
Oh, it's all about this game, ladies and gentlemen.
It is indeed. Starting to look at the SULSA lineup, coming to the dance with a Montana and an Ohio. Looks familiar. Venezia, Moskva, Des Moines, and Des Moines, fronted by Z52, Gearing, and Daring. I don't think they made any lineup changes from last time. Sath, they haven't. It's the exact same lineup.
If it works, don't fix it, right?
It worked last game. Talk to me about your boys in the ASHIP lineup, Dath.
Second, sorry, I gotta pick up my my other co-caster and put him on my lap. So we have ourselves a Yamato Kremlin for about. Oh my God, look at this! So we've got a Moskva, Stalingrad, Des Moines, and a Napoli. We haven't seen a Napoli yet.
We have not. We have not. Our first Napoli of the event.
That's right. And then we've got a Shimakaze rocking 12-kilometer torpedoes, a Daring, and a Gearing for our destroyers.
Now we're going to be looking at Z52 versus Daring in the B cap. That should be familiar by now. It feels like we just saw that out of SULSA last game. So we'll see if how that plays out. They're sending Gearing, Des Moines, and Ohio up towards C. Moskva looks like he's going to play that gap on the north end of B along the 4-5 or the 5-6 line split there. Montana, Venezia, Daring headed down south towards A.
Yep. Now, Napoli is an interesting choice. It's got SAP secondaries, but the trick is getting in range to use those secondaries, which is no small feat in King of the Sea, especially when they desperately need to win a battle here, and they have to be very careful about their overall positioning.
To me, Zath, Napoli is a late game ship. Napoli is a ship in King of the Sea that if you bring one, you're gonna hang back at probably mid to long range most of the game. She's going to feel very ineffective for a lot of the game. But she's going to be looking for those opportunities in the mid game where she can push up, steal a kill, use her smoke, sneak away, something along those lines, and see if she can flex all of those little tools that she has when she gets in close to people. Like you mentioned, the SAP secondaries.
She also has, those 12-kilometer torpedoes, one less torpedo than the Venezia, so I believe it's 3 versus 4 for the Venezia. And she's only got HE shells and AP shells. And I say only because, well, compared to Venezia SAP, I mean, there's a big difference there for what it can do to destroyers.
Yes, agreed. There's a huge difference in how that ship impacts destroyers. However, my personal experience with Napoli, I have used her HE to good effect against destroyers. It's not as catastrophic as the SAP hits can be, but you can still do good work with her HE against destroyers because it's still 10-inch HE shells.
Right. The Daring got detected for a moment.
Yep.
And that allowed Leviathan to take the cap. You can see his Hydro is active now.
Yep. The Hydro found him.
But because he's so far back with that island, there it is right there. He just got detected.
Yep. The Leviathan keeps trying to reverse just far enough to push that Daring off the cap. And Oasis keeps finding a spot where he can just barely sit on the cap and not be detected. He's probably going to lose that now. Leviathan's continued to reverse. He's gotten off the island there, and that's going to push Oasis out. That'll let SULSA work up a few points there on the A cap. C contested, of course. A contested. Only the B cap ticking up right now. 3.5 minutes gone. Still early. Everybody's still trying to deploy.
Now, it's interesting that both sides are doing a more balanced approach. We're not seeing the toilet bowl that we've seen before in the in other matches on Trap. And Basilisk and the Daring actually took a team torp from called the Des Venezia that changed the team damage, having an impact. Now you can just luck chuck torps and not care about who they hit.
Yep, that's true. Having a look at C, I really like Yeti's position kind of holding the top end of the cap closed, and Fumi looks like he's going to... I assumed he was going to wrap around and try to come down the 10 line, and maybe he is. It looks like he turned a little harder than I expected there. I thought maybe he was going to snuggle up next to that island next to him, which doesn't make any sense. We'll have to see what he does. To me, that's kind of an important swing position for them. They have a ship advantage at C in the same way that A ship has a ship advantage at A. And we need to watch how both teams do or don't flex that to be impactful and try to pick up some points here.
Right.
All quiet on all fronts right now, although Call of Death Venezia just took a decent-sized hit. Where is he? He's down hugging the map border. No. Yeah.
Yes.
There he is.
Yes. He's all the way on the one line going to the next battle. He's like, we already got this. We don't need it. Let's go. Bring on the next day.
Took a solid hit there. Probably maybe a sit and some full pins. He'll heal some of that back up. He'll be okay for a little while. Billy's gearing, maybe being a little aggressive now. Yep, he spots a dirty on Napkin, or is that radar? Napkin is spotted somehow.
Oh, there are 2 Des Moines up there.
Do you know what it is?
Let's
Do you know what it
take a
is, Zap?
look.
I think Billy. I think it's what it is. Billy is unique upgrade gearing, and Napkin
he's
isn't.
legendary.
He's legendary, and Napkin isn't. That gives him almost a 200-300 meter stealth advantage over Napkin. As now Yeti comes in with the radar, and yet Billy is the one getting slapped around harder than Napkin right now.
Well, the 2 Des Moines weren't in a position, like you can see Fumi can't really support right now.
No.
So,
But Fumi is actually in a really good position to essentially cut off any potential escape Napkin might make from this direction. In fact, Napkin's already in radar range of Fumi. He probably doesn't know Fumi's there. Yep, Fumi's radar just went up. He's trying to push around the corner. At a minimum, he's continuing to light Napkin up for his teammates.
yep, that'll push him off the cap at the minimum. Might result in a kill.
I think it will push him off the cap. Fumi has pulled up short. He knows the Yamato's back there. He doesn't want to go around the corner just yet. But Napkin's got still over a kilometer inside of Fumi's radar range.
Yep, there's some shells coming in from Fumi now. He knows he's relatively safe behind that island. He can arc those shells over it. Starting to get some hits in.
That's going to let Billy pick up C in a little bit for SULSA as A goes to ASHIP here. The Kiting Force, Call of Death, Basilisk, and 7-6 kind of starting to get reoriented so they can kite up the 1-2 line. Fumi's position really put the hurt on Napkin. I really like what they did there with Fumi's Des Moines. That's kind of sneaky.
Absolutely, yes. And that's going to allow them to secure the C cap. I'm surprised that that ASHIP's A group is just kind of stopping right now. It feels like they have some momentum, but they're not using that momentum. And look at the daring. Oasis screen just got smacked.
Yeah, he did. I think he got Moskva radar to push him out. I looked over. He was lit. The Moskva Dargio was taking shots at him across the cap because Leviathan's Hydro should be down by now. Z52's Hydro probably lasts 2-3 minutes, and even with the buff, it'll go down. He'll probably have it back shortly, though. Yep, there it is. I just saw the pulse.
Yep.
So that they're using
allow Oasis to try to get back in for a little bit. But
they're using this Z52 Moskva combo to really keep they've actually gotten some points off of B, despite the fact that Oasis has been there most of the time to contest it. Yep, they've got Oasis on it now. He's just inside of it. They're going to push him off yet again. Going to sneak a few shells into him.
Both sides are now rotating a destroyer into B cap, interestingly enough.
Indeed, the Shimakaze, that's Tree of Death coming up from the south. The gearing from the north, that's Billy rotating a little bit to the south. He is detected. I think the Stalingrad put his radar up. He did. Leviathan had to back up to get shots at Oasis, so they called for the Stalin radar and got it. But they still have yet to put a single point of damage into Leviathan.
It's about to change.
Until now. He's like,
as you mentioned that.
He'll watch it later and go, you had to say something, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's the Moskva radar. That's Dargio's radar going up, finding the Stalingrad across the cap from him. Very much a cat and mouse game of forced detection mechanics here across the B cap.
Oasis going back into C cap. This is why are you doing this?
He's spotted on Hydro. I think he's trying to dive the island, maybe? Or is it radar? It's the radar. It's the Moskva radar that's got him because the radar's still active, yeah.
Yep. So he figures he can use this as an opportunity to get in there. But I'm surprised that Call of Death Venezia isn't... here comes the shots right there.
He's behind him. That could have been hugely impactful but it's a miss.
Oh, yeah. I was expecting that to be like catastrophic, but yeah.
As now up at sea, Napkin getting very cheeky on less than 5,000 HP. He's moved into the bottom end of the C cap and is contesting that. We're almost the halfway mark of the game, and it's only a 60-point lead for SULSA. But right now, ASHIP is narrowing the gap. They're ticking up the A cap, and the other two caps still contested.
You can feel the tension in this game, even though we're not playing it.
You really can. You're just not seeing, people are just, they're not taking risks. Now, Billy is reversing into what could be a catastrophic torpedo salvo right now. He doesn't know is coming. It looks like he's going to get back onto the cap. He is going to take one of these. He can't dodge it now. No. It's too late.
Oh, bye.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, no.
That's it.
That's it. First kill of the game. First blood.
Dirty old Napkin. You see there, Zath, talking about the RPF. I promise you those were RPF torpedoes.
Oh, and, absolutely.
They were very impactful there, as now ASHIP ticking up 2 caps. B is contested and on a ship lead.
Now, that kill
is
you
huge.
can see that both Des Moines, you can see both Des Moines in a position to hit W and go into C cap, and I think that's, at this point, they really don't have a choice but to do just that.
Yeah, I think that call's got to be coming soon, Zath. I'm not sure. I'm kind of not sure why they haven't done it yet. They're not really impactful. They're not even shooting at anything right now. They're just chilling.
Right,
what can they see? They can't see anything. They have no spotting. Their spotter is dead. They have no vision right now. 9 minutes to play. A ship lead, 140 points and growing here on their cap advantage and ship lead. SULSA not gaining any points at the moment as B cap remains contested.
Yep, so we're looking at SULSA's view right now. You're right. They cannot see anybody at C. They can't see anybody south of B either. They can only see the 3 ships pushing through A.
I feel like we're in a position now where the daring, Basilisk is daring almost. They need to make some changes here, Zach. They're gonna have to make some hard calls. They need to maybe pull him to the mid and rotate Leviathan north or something. They have pushed Yeti's Des Moines into the cap, so he's into C now. He is gonna bag C before anybody can do anything about it. That's gonna stem the bleeding a little bit for SULSA, but by then, ASHIP will have nearly a 200-point lead.
Yeah, Yamato getting some shells towards the mosque, but not doing anything. He's got to be looking for Yeti in the Des Moines or the other guy up to the north. Boomy now detected, trying to turn away. That's a brilliant cap by Yeti, though. I'm surprised they got it that easily.
I am too. Napkin, I think at this point on 5,000 HP is just, discretion is the better part of valor. He's not willing to risk his ship, and I think it's the right call. They've got the lead, right? They've got almost 180 point lead. There's no need for them to take a risk right now that would narrow that gap. 7.5 minutes to play here. A ship in the driver's seat. It's really on SULSA to make something happen.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Gearing will outspot a Des Moines beyond the radar, so he could have just kept his butt out there to spot and then just hit W to get behind an island if needed.
He could have, but it's a risk because the spotting gap between a Des Moines and his radar is only about 500 meters. So, again, yes, it's doable, but man, you are taking a risk, right?
Yeah, you're splitting hairs. McBoss now the focus target for SULSA. He's down a half, as well as Blueberry Pie's Napoli. So the A team is definitely trading some health away. 7-6. We haven't talked about him much, but he's quite low.
He's
himself
been quite They've been beating up on him for a while. I like Yeti's position. I like what he's done, but it is a little exposed now that they know where he is. He needs to snuggle into this island a little harder. Hater Male's Yamato is going to be moving up, looking for a shot to end that reign of terror. And there's already torpedoes coming in with a nice gap there. What?
Look at Napkin at sea. Look at Napkin at sea. This is the mistake we were talking about before. Like what?
Yes. Yep.
Oh no.
Fumi's coming up. He's got him locked up on Hydro. This is critical. Napkin's coming around the corner. He's not surviving this. He's going out. There it is. One salvo. One salvo, one kill, and just like that, it's only an 80-point difference between these two teams. And yet, as much as I like Yeti's position, it's kind of imperfect.
But that's what I was talking about earlier. And you mentioned, playing it safe. If you're playing it safe, why are you sending your destroyer towards where Des Moines is?
Was? Yeah, there's one on that flank. Yeah. The daring floods out Homie. Homie goes down. That's a big kill for SULSA. That flips the lead back.
Absolutely.
We said SULSA had to make something happen. They did twice, and now they're in control on about an 18-point lead here with 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Flexing Tree did going into BCAP like that, because they weren't able to do anything about Leviathan. He's basically doing the same thing he did the last game. He's just sitting in the island at the middle with the Hydra going, saying, yeah, neater, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
here comes Yamato shells on Fumi. This kills, that's huge. Doesn't connect a little bit.
Oh, Fumi getting low. Yeah, look at that. He's down to 6K. He's kind of not traded well with Plains Des Moines here, has he? In fact, Plain could probably burn him out.
And Hater Mail got some shots in. The problem is now you've got that island. Both Des Moines shooting that island right now.
Yeah, they're just massacring those trees. But Fumi's on 1,008, like a single shell. They're finally starting to get shells over. They're starting to finally arc shells over, but he's not hitting them. Fumi's going out.
Anyway.
There it is. Wow. A big kill for ASHIP that they desperately need. 4.5 minutes and an 80-point lead here. What is it with SULSA and close games, Zaf? This is two in a row like this.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Now, I will say, if you look at the team health pools, right? As a total, ASHIP has only a small lead, but in general, well, okay, there goes the Moskva. But like that happened. But like their surviving ships now just are significantly healthier than most of the surviving SULSA ships. But again, SULSA on that 18-point, 20-point lead, 4 minutes to play. It's back on ASHIP. They've got to make something happen. And I think, Zath, to me, the play is Yeti. It's time to push Yeti. It's time to push Yeti and crush him. You push Yeti, you cap C, you win the game. It's that simple.
Leviathan now using his Hydro again, spotting Tree of Death Shimakaze. Tree of Death is now going to be shot at by a lot of things. Here comes Ohio Shells.
Yeah, I think it's time to pull Tree of Death. Well, you can't pull him out, really, because right now, B is contested, C is contested. You're about to tie the game. You're 10 points behind. So as long as you contest B, he's worth leaving in there. They're going to get Yeti.
He looks like he's naked. Tree of Death. And you're right, Yeti is gone. He's got his radar up. Doesn't matter.
There it is.
Gone. Out.
There it is. They pick up the kill of the Des Moines in C. That's going to let them flip the cap. They have a lead now of 100 points, starting to grow. They're continuing to tick up A. So right now, with under 3 minutes, ASHIP's on the lead. And again, it's back on SULSA to make a play.
I wonder what's going to happen with this Napoli here. Blueberry Pie. So Basilisk going into A here. And if Blueberry Pie is not careful, there's that Ohio. He's detected now. Ohio knows
Blueberry.
He's there.
Blueberry, it's time for your smoke. There it was. Yes, that's what the Napoli smoke is for.
Look at Sorcerer. He's like, I'm bringing my guns around.
Yeah, Sorcier's like, ooh, a valuable target worth shooting at? Why, yes, I'll have some of that, please. Blueberry reversing into daring torpedoes that he may or may not know are coming. He's kind of pausing here. His secondary's starting to work on Sorcier. Blueberry looks like he's going to reverse and try just to bail. See if his smoke lasts long enough to make this turn. Remember, he's holding his fire. He knows he can't shoot.
Yep, these are all secondaries we're seeing here, aren't they?
Yep, everything you're seeing is secondaries, and secondaries will not detect you in smoke like this.
Look at the Shimakaze torch from Trio Death, though. Look at this plan. This might actually nail him. Let's see. This
could be a very impactful salvo now as the daring, that's Basilisk, gets into detected. A to contest that. Blueberry's detected. Ohio Shell's coming in. It's not enough, but the daring might get him, and he does.
Oh, my goodness.
Shimakaze torps hit Sorcier. The Napoli torps, are they going to hit him? No. They're all going to go astern.
The other rack might.
Oh, the other rack might. I see it. That's a lead change. Well, that's not a lead change. Oh, but it's going to be. This is going to be so close, South. We're under a minute.
Oh, Sorcerer's going to beach.
It's a 40-point lead. It's a 40-point lead for ASHIP. Is Sorcier going down? This is critical.
He can't move.
He's dead. That's huge. That's huge. That's the game, Zath. That's it right there.
blown out of the water. Did you see that?
SULSA's going to pick up A, and it doesn't matter. 30 seconds left to play. They're down 140 points, and it doesn't matter. ASHIP has to sit where they are and not die, and they win the game.
Wow.
A full 20-minute game, but ASHIP looks very good. They need to not make mistakes in the next 20 seconds, and they're going to win a critical must-win game that they had to win if they want a shot to move on in the event.
What an ending, ladies and gentlemen.
And just to put an exclamation point on it, Hater Mail wipes out the Venezia, and that gives them a little bit of cushion in case something bad happens. But with 4 seconds left, it's not happening. SULSA takes another game to the wire, but ASHIP is the winner in this one. They will finish at 3-2 and increase their chances of making it into the next round of the event.
What a battle. Oh my God.
That was a lot of back and forth. Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Yikes.
All right, so ASHIP is our winner.
They are indeed. Congratulations to ASHIP. A nice 3-2 showing for them. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's enough for them to make it, but Lord only knows at this stage. Group 15 is honestly, Zath, is a giant train wreck. There's going to be so many teams in there that have extra wins. We missed one. Okay.